Good morning. My name is Donnie Coleman, and this is my husband, John. John and I have been going to the United Church of Christ for about 7 years. We moved here from Kentucky in search of a better way of life. We've been together for 25 years. We came from families of 11 siblings in each that never particularly accepted us for our lifestyle of being gay. Couldn't go to a church there. We looked for a church for about 17 years, and they would let you come in, but they treated you like you may have leprosy or something, and they didn't want to touch you or have anything to do with you. So we decided that we were human too, in spite of our being gay. That's something that we didn't choose to be. It's something that God thought we needed to be. So, my family constantly harassed me. Why can't you change? You're making the whole family look bad. So, but they don't understand that. So when we came to the United Church of Christ for the first Sunday, we were a little nervous and had a lot of anxiety going on because of the past experiences that we had had. But when we entered the door, there was the most loving woman that touched us and actually hugged us and called us her brother. So we knew that God had sent us to the right place then. So ever since that day, our lives have changed. We have become a part of this wonderful church. And everybody is so accepting because you're human. So we're so happy to have found this church. And, the community around, we've had lots of experiences with lots of different communities and lots of other organizations that have made our lives so bright. But, I thank God that every day for my life here, my husband, and for us to be able to find a church that we can go to and be open and to be who we are. Stop.
And our families, we have 2 children, 2 sons. One is 30 years old, one's 28 years old, that we've raised together for the last 25 years. And I know having children and being gay is hard for those children because, when they go to school, people make fun, people call them names, people say things about their parents or the way they're raised, or our children have always been in a loving, comfortable home that they could be proud of. We raised our children to be proud of who they are. One of our kids is straight, one of our kids is gay. Our son that's 30 years old, Aaron, will be getting married here in this church. He is also a member of this church. He'll be getting married here on October the 19th of this year. He's been with his partner for 6 years. His name is Tim, and from Ohio. They found each other and have been extremely happy. Not saying that it hasn't been a roller coaster ride, because it has. Which, this lifestyle, no one chooses this lifestyle. No one chooses to be harassed. No one chooses to be vilified. No one chooses to be less than someone else, or to be made feel less than someone else. Finding each other was the best thing that ever happened to the both of us in our lives. We've both been in really dark, lonely places, and together our lives have been so bright, rich, and full of excitement. We've been married for 3 years now, when it finally became legal. But that didn't change who we were or who we are, because to us, we've been married for 25 years. You know, we've lived our lives the same as any married couple have lived their lives. Even in Kentucky, we live together, we shop together, we done family functions together. You know, we've never been ashamed of the person we're with or the lives that we've led. I've done many different things in my life. I've been a coal miner, which is one of the most manly jobs that you could do, to being a flower designer, a chef. And being a chef has brought me to the Hot Meals program, to fundraising, things that we do for our community, you know, which is the most exciting thing that we could ever do. For me, if I could feed the homeless 7 days a week, that would be me. That's who I am. That's what I do. You know, but you have to put food on the table and you have to pay the bills, so you have to go to work also. But you know, just if you just go to a Hot Meals function, you know, those people don't care that I live my life with a man. They don't care if I live my life with a woman. They're there for a hot meal, a nutritious meal. They don't judge, and we don't judge them. You know, we don't care if they're homeless. We don't care if they're straight, gay, bisexual. You know, those are things that have no meaning or importance to us. People are people. Everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves to be embraced, not judged, not voted on, because we're not a bill that's being put in front of Congress or the United States or the nation or anybody. We are just two common people living common lives, doing the best that we can do to help our community, to give back, to serve God, to be together and be happy.
What does it mean to you to be a part of a church that is so embracing and loving of you both? We have membership that, yes, we have some gays, but we also have lots of straight people. And how does that feel to just be in this church family?
It feels wonderful to be able to be accepted, and there not to be any separation from the gay people or the straight people. And you know, there's a lot of our elderly people that are straight and have been all of their lives, and are totally accepting to who we are. You know, it just makes you feel like that God sent you to the right place when you walk into this church and it's filled with love, and nobody sees you any different than anybody else is here. It's wonderful.
Yeah, the most exciting thing about coming to church is, you know, the people, they're not afraid to shake your hand. They're not afraid to give you a hug. They're not afraid to say, I love you. And those people would do the same thing if they saw you in a crowded Walmart as they do in our church when you walk through these doors, because that's the way these people actually feel. That's the way these people live their lives. You know, to be able to come into a church and sit down and feel the love around you and the support. You know, being from a small community in Kentucky, you know, we considered getting married almost 4 years ago. And we thought, well, you know, we'll have a small little wedding, you know, the two of us, the kids, few friends. Our church was full. We had 150 people. And you know, it was nothing but total support. There was never any negativity from anybody everybody has always been totally supportive of everything we've done, of who we are. You know, our lifestyles is no different than anybody who walks through those doors. Everybody is treated the same. Everybody is treated equal. And that's the most amazing thing when you walk through the doors on Sunday morning, that you know the love and the compassion is going to be there from the people that you go to church with. And if you just need to call somebody, you know, there's nobody in this church that you couldn't call that would take the time to sit down and talk to you, or you know, help you with a problem, or understand something that you're going through, or just need someone to pray with. You know, all you have to do is pick the phone up and make a phone call. So, you know, this is just an amazing place, and I'm so glad every day that we joined this church, we walked through those doors, and God showed us where we needed to be.
Well, thank you both so much for sharing your story, and you know, I hope this really can impact other people so that they can find a loving church. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to our story.